To be honest, I don't even have a fancy little intro to do. I'm just gonna start off by saying that the only thing you need a credit score for is to get a house. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ure, but I also go by Chimsil. If you're new here, I talk about being young and becoming financially free. If you're returning, hey guys, I hope you all are doing well on your journey to reclaiming your childhood and your freedom through financial literacy. Today, I just want to talk a little bit about credit. Alright y'all, so I'm a little bit dressed up today. Not wearing a t-shirt. It's Monday morning and I had 20 minutes before I had to head out for my internship, and I was like, you know what? Why don't I just make a video? So today I'm just going to be talking about credit, specifically explaining what credit is for people my age, because we're not really taught this. It's kind of confusing. Everybody says that you need credit, but then you're like, what do I need credit for? Isn't debt bad? So I'm just here to explain to you exactly what credit is and whether or not you really do need it. So I do have two other videos. I have one just talking about adult finances, and I have one talking about debt, and I kind of talk about credit a little bit on there. This is just building off of that. Your credit score is basically showing your relationship with loans and how you pay off loans. So basically a higher credit score means that they are more reliable with paying off loans, and a lower credit score just means that you're less reliable with paying off loans, whether that's you take out too many loans, you're always in default, you're not paying your loans on time, what you are taking out your loans for as well. And a good credit score determines how much you can get and what interest rate. Higher credit scores have lower interest rates because they expect them to pay off, so they believe that they're going to get their money back. Lower credit scores have higher interest rates because it's less expected that you're going to be paying off, so they're going to charge you more because they don't trust you. In bonds, the riskier bonds have higher interest rates. There's this whole thing, you know, high risk, high reward. So that's why people with lower credit scores have higher interest rates, because for the person that is lending them the money, it's a higher risk, therefore they're going to put a higher reward or return on it. So essentially that is what credit is. Credit score is determined by which loans you take out, how often you use it, if it's like a credit card, how well you pay it back, and if you're paying back at the monthly minimum or if you're paying back over, what length of time you have the loan for, previous loan history, and a few other factors as well. Now let's talk about what exactly you need a credit score for. I remember, I think I said this in one of my other videos, my mom, when I turned 18, took me to the bank so we could transfer my money from my custodial account or her custodial account to my own bank account. And while we were there, I got a credit card, and I didn't understand why I needed a credit card, because my whole life all I've known is debt bad, loans bad, credit bad. The only thing, and I mentioned this in my debt video, the only thing that you really need a credit score for is to get a house. And if you're not buying a house, to get an apartment, just so that the landlord can see that you're going to be able to make payments. Honestly, if you live in an apartment, you might as well just buy the property, but that's for another video. So people take out credit for things like to get rewards for like stores or like airlines or things like that. I honestly don't know how it works because my parents never did it and I plan to never do it, but people say that they're taking out credit to get rewards when they don't even pay the money back to get like free rewards. They say they take out credit to build their credit score when they already have a house. People just like to use any excuse to get free money. It's not free because you're going to have to pay it back with interest, and I don't think a lot of people realize that. And then I also don't think a lot of people know exactly what you need credit for, so then they just say that they have a good credit score just to have a good credit score. Like if you have a house and if you have multiple rental properties, then you don't really need a credit score really, especially if you're wealthy and you can just buy everything cash. The only way, at least that I know now, to build your credit score, obviously in order to show that you can pay off debt, you need to have debt that needs to be paid off. So that's why my mom took me to the bank and got me a credit card to show that I have debt. Why I'm putting air quotes is because for me, I don't treat it as debt. I treat my credit card as a debit card, so I only use it for purchases that I know I would have paid for before. So before my spring semester of my freshman year, I use it for things like getting gas, going to the store to buy stuff, buying food, just so that I could use the credit card and show like I'm actually making purchases on it, so that I can show that I'm paying off these things on time. When I got to my spring semester, I told my mom like, oh, I'm not really making like purchases anymore because I'm at school, not going off campus, all the food I need is there. And she was like, okay, what we're gonna do is you're gonna start paying for the Sprint bill every month. So basically I pay for the bill from my credit card and she just reimburses me the money. And it's great because I get to make a monthly payment on the card. That's a fairly decent amount. It's over $200 every month for like my whole family. So it's a good amount that I'm using every month. And because I'm paying it off on time, each month my credit score is going up. So my credit score is like gradually going up. So if you're young and you know you're still like dependent on your parents and you want to start building credit and you trust yourself with a credit card, I suggest getting a credit card and asking them to help around with like regular purchases that are being made in the house, whether that's groceries, gas, phone bill, utilities bill, different things like that, things that are regularly paid, so that you can start building your credit up. If you know that you're not disciplined enough to not treat your credit card like a gift card, it's not a gift card, treat it like a debit card. But if you know you're not disciplined enough to do that, don't get a credit card until you think that you're ready. This is one thing that I told my mom. I asked her, what if somebody needs to build their credit but they don't trust themselves with a credit card? She's like, then they don't need to be building credit. If you don't trust yourself with a credit card, how are you going to trust yourself when you get a house and you need to be making mortgage payments and utilities bill payments? So if you don't trust yourself with not treating a credit card like a debit card, then you don't need to be building credit. You don't need to be working towards getting a house. Also, for credit cards, this is like the interest rates on credit cards are extremely higher than interest rates for anything else. I think student loan interest rates are about 5 to 6%. I need to check for car notes. I'll just list them up here. And then I think mortgage is about 3 to 5%. Interest rates for credit cards range from like 15 to 25% each year. You know how earlier I talked about the different things that go into determining what your credit is? So the reason why credit card interest rates are so high is because you're using it most likely for consumer items and not for things that you actually need. Like a house, everybody needs a house, so it makes sense why the rates are low. Student loans, a lot of people need to go to college in order to have their life set up, so that's why the interest rates are low. Cars, almost everybody needs a car, so that's why the interest rates aren't that high. But credit card, you don't need a credit card, and if you're using it, you're most likely using it for things that you don't necessarily need, or things that you just want, or things that right now you just can't afford, but later you get the money for it. So that's why the interest rates are so high for credit cards. I don't know what my interest rate is because I don't let my credit roll over to the next month to be paying interest. Another thing is, for us young people, at first you're gonna have a low line of credit because you have no credit history and they can't trust you. You don't have anything to show that you're trustworthy, and then over time they will increase your credit line. So when I started, I had $500 in credit from Bank of America, and then I think a few months ago, maybe at the beginning of summer or right before I came back from school, they increased it to $1,500. So because over the year I showed that I was trustworthy in paying back my credit on time, they increased my line of credit because they know that they can trust me with more money. So how I pay off my credit, at first this is what I was doing. At first I paid it off immediately after I spent it. So if I went to the store and I bought something off my credit card, then I immediately paid it off. I don't know if this was the best strategy. Like I said, that was my first time ever having a credit card, so I didn't really know what to do. The vibe that gives off, the message that sends, is that you don't really need the credit card, you're just using it to build your credit, which isn't a bad thing. I'm not really sure how much your credit score is going to go up if they know that you're just using it to build your credit, because it's not showing that you actually need it. What I do now is, because I pay the Sprint bill every month and then I'm just using it for other things as well, most of the time I wait about a week to pay it off. I don't pay everything at once, which would probably, that might be a better strategy, to just have one day each month that I pay it. But I usually wait about a week to pay off my credit, so it shows that, oh, maybe I am struggling, but it's okay because I'm gonna get the money to pay you off. You know, that's just the vibe. So to pay off your credit card, I think it's very good to set a reminder either each week or each month one day each month. I think that's a better strategy. Before your payment date, maybe like a week or two before your payment date, set a day before your payment date to make sure that you pay everything off. Don't leave anything behind. Pay off your entire line of credit. 1, because you do not want that interest rate hitting you at the end of the month. 2, to show that you're trustworthy and that you're reliable with money that people loan to you. Now, the last thing I want to talk about when it comes to credit is the rewards. The rewards. This only works if you treat your credit card like a debit card. At the beginning, like I said, I was just using it for like going out to eat, getting gas, and you're not really spending that much on those items, so you're not getting that many rewards. But when I started paying my Sprint bill for my family, oh my gosh, I started getting free money. Free money. Okay, so because the bill is over $200 a month and I'm paying it every month, I'm racking up I'm racking up rewards. So for the one that I have, Bank of America, you can choose what percentages you want for 2 categories. I think I got 3% gas, 2% groceries, 1% on everything else. So for that 1% on everything else, which I might change to get more money, I'm getting money back I'm getting 1% back for every time that I pay the Sprint bill. So I don't really collect my rewards for like 3 or 4 months. So by the time I'm like checking just the credit card, my credit score, how much I have, I see the rewards I have, and each time I check it's about $20. Like I said, it takes about 3 or 4 months for it to get to that amount, but I have $20, and for me that's $20 free because I paid it off, and I paid it off in full. I didn't let any money roll over, and I didn't let it gain interest. So all of that money that I got is literally free money because I was paying my credit card off on time. And sometimes I'm struggling because I'm on a budget and I'm paying for school, and sometimes I just need extra money, and those rewards really help me to get $20 every couple of months because I'm struggling. I really do enjoy getting those rewards because it really does help me sometimes. Like, I'm broke. I'm in a state of brokenness. I am not broke. So that's just one perk of credit cards if you pay it off on time in full. If you don't pay it off on time in full, they'll just be giving you back a little bit of your money, and it's not free because you're paying at a higher interest rate than what they're giving you back. But yeah, that's all I have for this video. I hope it helped you guys. Go ahead and comment down below if you ever thought about getting a credit card and you didn't exactly know what it was for. You don't really understand what credit scores are for and what you need them for. Honestly, it really is that simple. You just need a credit score to get a house. Well, you need a credit score to get loans, but you only really need a loan for a house because I suggest buying cars and cash, and you get student loans with no money history at all. So yeah, that's all I have. Go ahead and comment down below any other videos that you would like to see me do, and I will consider them. Join my mailing list to get the opportunity to get industry grade information on personal finances. I will be emailing anybody that signs up to my mailing list and lets me know that they want the online version of the book that I have. And yeah, that's all I have for you guys, and always remember to ask why. I'll talk to you later. Bye.